Cocktails with the homies.
Welcome to another episode of Cocktails with the Homies. My name is Daniel. Today we have a bit of an interesting episode. We're not going the normal cocktailer, bartender. Today we have a special guest, Gary. Thank you for coming on the show and being with us today and letting me bug you a little bit. I'll let you do the talking. What is your name and what do you do here? And
Yeah.
where are we?
Yes. Thank you for coming out to Collins Coupe, San Diego's premier bar supply store. I'm Gary Mcintire, proprietor. We've been operating here for almost 8 years now. This was the store I wanted to shop at that didn't exist. So, sometimes you gotta do the thing if you want it to happen. So
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah.
Well, let's start from the very beginning. I know, just from talking with you recently, you definitely have an untraditional path, kind of wading through these waters in this industry. Can you kind of shed a little light on it?
Yeah, my foray into the cocktail world started back 14-ish years ago. My wife is a chef, and we were hosting a lot of dinner parties with friends. Some friends came over to tell us about how they had gone to this supper club in France while they were out visiting there. And we were like, that sounds amazing. How come no one's doing that here in San Diego? So it's like I just said, we were like, well, I guess we got to be the ones to do it. So
Yeah.
we just started up this supper club. It's called Cellar Door. It's now San Diego's longest running supper club. It started off where we have a table that seats 10 people in our living room, and we put together chef's menu, pairing menus. Logan and I work together on creating the menu. She does the food, I do the beverages. I like to make cocktails, so it's very cocktail centric, although I do serve beers and wines sometimes. Over the years, that's really given me a lot of opportunity to spend a lot of time being creative, making new cocktails.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of bartenders don't have to think about how their drinks will pair with food. So that's an interesting approach, and I do take a real culinary approach because I'm always workshopping things and working in the kitchen alongside an amazing chef.
Sure.
So everything I do is very culinary focused and
kind of nice way to bring some color and light into what someone might think is you're just a store, right? You kind of take all the magic of the store and then go turn that into the art that is what this becomes.
Yeah, the supper club was really what kind of led into opening the store here. We were collecting glassware to use at our dinner parties.
Yeah.
I was finding tools. I was looking for interesting bitters and ingredients.
Were people just buying stuff they're like, hey, I love this. And you're like, I'm giving away too many glassware, too many glasses. Let's just start selling it.
It was more like I need it. Where can I buy this? We should just open a store where you can get this stuff. And it was self-serving more than anything.
Yeah, it must be. If you guys haven't been to Collins Coupe, it's an amazing store, especially for people who love this industry. This store's like a kid in a candy shop here, like most are when they walk in here. Can you tell us a little bit about how this store gives you, I feel like it gives a very unique way of you having your thumb on the heartbeat of this industry here, because you must meet the whole city comes here.
Any given day I see half a dozen or so bartenders walk through the door. I always know when there's a cocktail competition happening because everyone's coming in to buy the last minute I need 4 glasses for the judges for this or I need ice or it's really cool. Over the years, I've gotten to know so many cool people in the industry. I go out to industry events, and I know it's seeing my friends there now.
Sure,
it's really cool. And bartenders will come in, they're like workshopping a new thing. We start chatting about like what their new drink is. I start pulling down bitter samples for us to like taste and try to like imagine how they're going to work with their new drinks. So yeah, I feel very connected to the industry without working behind a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a very unique position to be in. I think most cities don't have a store like this. And the few like little cocktail boutiques that are around, I think, in other parts of the country, I think are serving the like private sector more exclusively and like less focus on serving the industry.
Yeah.
Not that we are industry focused solely. I would say certainly the majority of our customers are not industry people. There are like so many cocktail enthusiasts in San Diego, which is part of why the cocktail scene here is so good, because people want to enjoy cocktails, not just at home, but go out for them. And I think there's an expectation of I want to be able to get good drinks in the city. And,
sure. I think you bring a good point. Like, I think I feel like you witnessed the change in San Diego go from like being not so crafty to like moving up with the food scene happening here, and just like progressively taking on more and getting a little bit better by the years. I'm sure you kind of experienced that, especially owning this store.
Yeah, everyone up in the game in the city, and like I think we all want to put San Diego on the map.
Absolutely.
I think we're in the shadow of LA, San Francisco, but it's America's finest city. Like, we got the best weather, and we got like amazing food, amazing cocktails. Like,
yeah, I'm excited for the city. I'm excited that in the past 6 years that I've been back, I've seen it grow just so much.
Yeah,
so much, and like leaps and bounds from when I left too. It's just getting so much more, which I'm happy to see. And it's places like this that really lend to that, because like you said, there's not a lot of people who have this kind of at their disposal. So when you have those cocktail competitions and these things that are nationwide, or even some are international in regards to how far the reach the cocktail competition has, it's your stuff. It's your stuff being taken a picture of, and that lends to one, how beautiful the stuff is here. Again, if you haven't come out here, the stuff here is gorgeous, and it gives this like, it feels like soulful here, right? Like there's a little bit of soul here, and like caring and love, and I'm sure that has to bleed from your supper club into it, because I'm sure you're getting things here that you're just like, oh fuck, that was really cool to use. Like, I really like that.
Yeah, I mean it's 1,000 square feet. It's not a huge warehouse. It's a smallish store, and we're very focused on a very specific niche. So the things that we carry have to be really well curated. We've got a selection of like NA spirits, and I won't carry an NA spirit if I don't like it. So everything has to be very well vetted. Even the bitters, we got a huge selection of bitters, but I don't carry all the bitters that are out there. Like, sometimes we get some bitters and I'm like, well, this is not like interesting or unique enough for us to like make space on the shelf for. You're like, good, but like I've got 3 other competing products that are just as good, so we'll skip that one.
Yeah.
So I want people to be able to come in and trust that like what we are carrying is always going to be a good product. I mean, not just new products as well, but like I think what you were saying about there being some soul in here is like glassware, like what we're drinking martinis from right now. This is a vintage piece of glass. Like I can't go to a manufacturer and buy this.
Absolutely not.
So
it's a gorgeous piece of glass.
I think the vintage stuff, that used items that are in here, like they really do carry some soul with them. Like,
absolutely.
Who knows what the real history of them are? Like, I mean, these are, I think, from the 20s, 30s maybe. They're super old and gorgeous, and who knows what kind of life they've seen. Like, it's pretty cool to like use an item that is older than you are, or to hold one in your hand and drink from it. Like,
sure,
there's something to that.
I think very few professions have that gift of being able to be passed down. and be used and enjoyed. I love that about cooking, especially like using bowls and stuff. I've had the opportunity to use like super ancient bowls, and it really doesn't seem like much, but like you're putting a bit of your heart and soul into a dish that goes into this bowl that someone put their life into.
Yeah.
It commemorates something deeper than it just being some fish in a plate, on a plate. Like same with this glass. Like, it went through times where alcohol was demonized and looked at terribly, and like it was going to ruin your life to a form of luxury, and now it's here, and it's kind of beloved by someone who just knows that someone else had a good martini in this glass just like we are today.
Indeed.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful kind of look at what people think is not so like meaningful. Like some people think of this industry as just like cooks and people who put liquids in cups. And
well, the table has always been a place where people have gathered, like since 100%. The beginning of time. Like people have gathered around to eat a meal, to share a drink. Like it's important in every culture, whether we're imbibing or not. Like gathering around together to share a meal is something that is inherent to like our human nature. It's a way that we all connect and come together. And so there is more to it than just like getting drunk or giving ourselves sustenance. Like it's
100%.
There's a ritual to it, and it's very inherent in what it is to be human. And connecting with other people, I think, is like one of the most important things we can do in our lives. So this is a vehicle that helps us do that. It's
a special treat to do it here, especially. Again, thank you so much for having us. But let's talk about what you put in the glass today. So you're a cocktailer by just being enthusiastic about it, and it being a hobby that you turned into, something that garners you money, gives you a living. What did you decide to put in the glass today?
This is a martini. I like the classic martini. I love classic cocktails. They're classic for a reason.
Sure.
They've stand the test of time because they are like well balanced and excellent just by nature and simple. I think a simple drink made with good ingredients is like gonna.
Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, it's gonna win out against like something that's overcomplicated and like I don't know. So I used Monkey 47 gin in this, a favorite of mine.
Same.
Some Dolan dry vermouth, the classic 2-to-1 recipe. Couple dashes of Bitter Queen's orange bitters, my favorite in a martini. They use a little bit of chamomile in it, which is like amazing with gin, especially. And then I do just a bar spoon of olive juice in it, not enough to make it dirty, just enough to give it a little salinity, to make all the flavors pop.
Sure.
And then garnish with an olive and a twist, because why choose?
in this life, you can have it all sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Do you kind of feel like being here all the time pushes you being creative about this stuff, like turning around and like finishing your day at the shop, and you're like, well, I've been staring at this glass for the last 6 hours.
Yeah, what can I put in this?
I really thought about something to put in this today. Like, let me try this out.
Yeah, absolutely. And having more so than like the objects that are around. I'm inspired when people come in and talk to me about what they're doing.
Funny you say that. That literally one of the last people we interviewed, Jason O'Brien, when asking about.
I love Jason.
Yeah, right. Incredibly intelligent guy.
Yeah.
But so he was like kind of indulging in his R&D, and that was the same path. He was just like, well, I got a lot of my inspiration from the people in front of me. It's like.
Yeah.
They are the catalyst to you kind of like trying to find something else.
Yeah, absolutely. So people come in and they talk about like, oh, I'm fat washing this thing, or like I'm doing this milk punch, or I'm making, how was that? Somebody was just in here yesterday talking about a cocktail that they were making with sherry.
I never thought about that. You must get that all the time. They must
every day
be like, you're the only person in arm's reach I can ask about this. So like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm doing. What do you think?
It's such a cool thing because I have conversations with people that are like seasoned bartenders that are like they're building cocktail menus.
Yeah.
And then I also have conversations with people that are like home enthusiasts who are like deep nerds about this, like know way more than I do about any of this. And then I also talk to people who are like, I just started getting into just started getting interested in making cocktails, and they're like buying their first cocktail shaker, and they're so like excited and enthusiastic about getting their feet wet on and, like just getting started. And it's really cool to see this whole range of of interest and expertise, and it's all inspirational to me.
I bet. I never even thought of that. Like, you see the duality of the most seasoned and then like the most unseasoned.
Yeah, and people.
Do you bridge that gap for them?
I mean, I try to be here as like a resource for everybody.
Sure.
Sometimes you just need somebody to bounce your ideas off of.
Oh yeah.
Or to get some advice on something. Like I'm trying to do this. My whiskey sours, I'm not getting any foam on them. Like, what do I do? Like, well, have you tried to reverse like a dry shake, or have you dry shake? Do you know what a dry shake is? Like, so like stuff like that. Yeah, it's really fun and to kind of be in that position.
I bet.
Yeah.
Did that kind of hit you early on, like a little bit, like, oh shit, like this guy's asking questions. I'm probably gonna get more of these types of clients or potential guests, like,
right.
Maybe I should learn a little bit more so, this conversation could lead to him buying that glass or something.
Yeah. I think I'll answer that with two things. One, when we started our supper club, it was like one of the foundations that we started on was education. Mm-hmm. Like, we wanted to, as we learned about things, we wanted to share that with our guests. So we've always we present a dish and a drink to go along with it, and we give a brief summary of here's what you're eating, here's what you're drinking, here's why, here's the history, here's what learn a little something about it, or try something new you've never tried before. So coming from that sort of background and having these similar kinds of discussions around food and drinks, I think prepared me very well for coming in here. That said, like, definitely coming in here, I in the early years of opening the store was learning a ton, and still am pushed to, like, I get questions that I don't have answers to all the time, and that pushes me to seek out those answers and like to learn more. And I feel like I'm constantly learning.
Yeah, what a like infinite pool of like just information always coming at you and like different perspectives of it. And
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I never thought of it like that. Like, like a librarian must get asked like tons of questions about literature, and like I would feel like as a librarian you're just like, yeah, let me go find out about all this book stuff. Like, I love to read. Let's go find out. Yeah. And I just never realized that must be the case here. Like, you just stand and having your day, but you get asked all these cocktail questions and flavor and R&D, and like you have an outlet for it, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's not just it's one thing to be like interested and have this as like a hobby. Yeah. But you can only dedicate so much time to any given hobby.
For sure.
But when it's your job, it's like, well, sorry, I got to sit down and read this book about. I just got this book about cocktail shakers, just straight up about cocktail shakers. Like, I'm like, this is work right now. Like, excuse me. That's real. It's real. It's good for me to. I enjoy having that knowledge. It's good, like, professionally for me to have that knowledge.
Yeah. But
it's a good excuse.
What a cool kind of full circle that it goes around here.
Yeah.
In talking about learning and this being like knowledge pushing, you talked about your educations. I'd love for you to shout them out. You do them every Friday?
No, I do cocktail classes like once a month. It kind of moves around just based on my personal schedule and when I can do them. I try to do them like once a month.
People can log on your website to find them?
Yeah, find them. You can find them on our website. We sell our tickets through collinsandcoupe.com. You can find out about them on our Instagram. We'll post there. You can also sign up for our newsletter on our website.
Cool. Is that a thing you do here often? Do you like have people come educate as well? And like,
yeah, I used to have like people come in, educators come in all the time. It slowed down this thing called the pandemic happened, and like that kind of slowed it down.
That little guy.
I'm mostly doing the classes myself nowadays.
Okay.
But we did just host a USBG meeting last month, and I'm absolutely open to doing other events and collaborating, bringing other people in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit me up. And we also do like private events in here too. So like I got an email this morning actually asking if I can host somebody's birthday party. So like we can fit this middle table behind you here. It will fit about 10 people around it.
Oh, that's cool. You put like the food underneath and the drinks on top.
We clear it all off and then like put bar mats out and all the tools and glassware and all the ingredients down the middle. Everyone just makes their own drinks. It's very hands-on.
Super cool.
It's cool. Yeah. Super cool.
Again, I really love how diverse and kind of like pushing you keep this business to like not only educate, well, not only just to sell things, like to educate, to like R&D, to push the community, because again, I'm sure the city must come in here all the time and just like, you know, everybody.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Can
great.
you give kind of any advice to someone who wants to go from maybe being a bartender to owning their own business and like being in this space?
Yeah, I have learned a lot as a first-time business owner. I mean, also the first day we opened was my first day working retail. Like I had never worked retail before. I didn't know how to work a register, do inventory, like any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been a very much like trial and error, learn as you go, and never been a business owner, never been an employer. Like all of these things I'm learning constantly. Like
where did you come from before this, if I may ask?
I spent my career 10 years prior to opening the store was at Legoland. I was a model designer there.
That's super interesting. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Wild niche job, like total dream job. Was amazing.
Yeah.
Totally not applicable to any other field. Like, I mean, it's a design job, so you know, I did design the space, and you know, I think if I have any, if I were to say like, what's your profession? I think first and foremost, I'm a designer. You know, and I think that I apply that to cocktails. Like for me, it's about the creation of a thing.
Sure.
As a retailer, like I'm more about like creating the space and the experience rather than like the merchandise. You know, the merchandise is a very valuable part of it, but I like to take a step back and look at the bigger picture of it. So yeah, I have a background in design. So I was stepping into like business ownership. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through. You know, the financial side of it, you know, funding things, budgets, all that's the taxes. Like, that's all. Unfortunately, nothing that anybody teaches you. Like, you know, I guess you can take a business class, but it's not really still. It's going to prepare you for probably more than I was prepared for. But there's still so many things that you just kind of have to learn by fire, I think.
Yeah, nothing teaches you to go down to City Hall and like file the paperwork.
No,
like you got to go do that.
Got to go figure it out.
You got to learn how to do that.
Yeah. I honestly though, I think the best thing is to find people that have done it before and ask them and just get as much advice as you can. Like use your find resources, make friends with people, ask them what to do. You know, it's about personal connections.
100%. And I feel like that's kind of a common or like a recurring thing brought up is that people don't ask for help, or like they don't go look for help specifically. They go look for the information and the solution. But I'm like, I'm of the same cloth, you know. Like I feel like I found a good mentor. And I asked a lot, like annoyingly amount of questions. You know, it's like
I come across this a lot where people are like afraid to ask for help. And when you ask someone to help you out with something, you're also giving them permission to ask you to help them out with something. Like, and
interesting.
And I think by all of us continuing to do that, like we're slowly changing the culture and like making a safer space to help each other out.
Yeah.
I think we all have a responsibility to ask for help because it makes the world a safer place for each other, you know.
Sure.
So
Sure.
never afraid to ask for help because like I want other people to ask me for help.
It's just I can't stress it enough for people to do it, to go out and like, for instance, for you, if someone wanted to open the shop, like come here, literally ask the person who does it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what other way you could get such valuable information across.
Yeah, a couple came in just this last week, and they're moving to New York to open like a zero proof, like NA Spirits bottle shop. And
Good for
this
them.
is like a new business venture for them.
Yeah.
And we talked for like an hour and just really got into like...
Which, by the way, is like $1 billion market. They're like
Yes,
estimated to
yes.
be in the billions.
Yeah, it's been growing and I think is going to continue to grow.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm such a fan of seeing people have on their menus in restaurants a non-alcoholic part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and part of like these conversations that I have with various people, it's really helped me see that everyone has a struggle, be it with whatever it is, but that there's also people who don't and still want to give to that, to help whatever that struggle is. With me in particular, talking about NA spirits, it's just like the whole movement of it, and people who are like, yeah, like I have no issue with drinking, I just don't want to drink, or I want to empower the people around me that don't drink because it's been such an issue. And seeing that nowadays and how creative people are getting, it almost feels like a dish. The way they just assert themselves into like giving a product that isn't 3 juices with some soda water in a glass. Like the creativity that goes behind it really feels like it's a fucking like an appetizer or an entree dish. The way people kind of attack it, and I'm happy to see it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see it.
Yeah, me too. When we started our supper club, we very clearly wanted to be able to offer NA alternatives to people for whatever reason. You don't drink, you're pregnant, you're sick, like you're on a medication, like what, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to have to go through the but it's just one price for the meal. Like we didn't want to have to be like, oh, if you want to add beverages, it's this. If you want NA pairings, we're like, no, we want everyone to have the same experience. So from the very beginning, like 14 years ago, I was challenging myself to make drink pairings that were non-alcoholic alternatives to the same drink that I was making. And sometimes that's easy, and sometimes it's really difficult.
It's really difficult sometimes. Like it's really, it takes a lot of thought to do it, because I feel like a lot, not that it gets lost in alcohol, but I mean that's the whole premise of a cocktail is alcohol. So that's the baseline that you try to keep. So you take the base away, and it's just like, well, there's this whole kind of up and down that I'm missing in flavor that alcohol brings, which is, it's not easy to like replicate or to bring back.
Yeah, it can be done.
Sure.
And I don't, like, by definition, the word cocktail does not mean alcohol. I mean, it's a mixture of ingredients.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it doesn't alcohol does not have to be one of those ingredients. But like you just said, it's so easy to just like lean on like carbonation to like bring the texture and, you know, an interesting mouthfeel to like, oh, it's not just drinking juice, like it's bubbly juice, like, you know, to not lean on bubbles and to not just do juice, to create interesting flavors and textures and, you know, an arc of, you know, the way a good cocktail like gives you like a symphony of flavor that happens and gives you a journey with every taste.
Yeah,
like, you can build those without the alcohol. Though. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, the art behind these people making the spirits with no alcohol in it, is incredible.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really cool to see how many more ingredients are out there now. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, it makes my job a lot easier. Like creating, like crafting NA drinks. Like
The varieties out there now.
Yeah, there's so many cool things to use.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I appreciate you taking your time, taking a little bit of your day out to kind of talk about this and in this industry and how we can at least, do a little bit by it every day. You pushing the product and when it comes in, by yourself out here. Yeah.
So, well, not by myself. I got amazing staff as well.
Well, yeah. Logan
and shout out to Logan, my better half, for would not want to do this without her, and could not do this without her. Would never have been inspired to even get this far without her. So
I would love for you to shout out the hours here, the operation, when you can find people.
Yeah, we're open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 6. Come check us out. Our sister store, Tablespoon, next door, is open Thursday through Sunday, same hours. Tablespoons are sort of little sister store, the chef's companion to Collins Coupe. It's a little postage stamp of a store that we hope to grow over time. But we're doing the same thing here, vintage and new, things for the kitchen and the table, rather than just for the bar and drinks. So.
As if you didn't have enough to do already in here. You're just like, let's go take on the whole other half of the industry.
Yeah, let's knock it out.
I love it. But thank you again, Gary. I really appreciate you taking time out. Trying to give whatever bit of wisdom that you can give to the people out here to really just enjoy this industry. It's a beautiful gift, and
thank you very much.
We're lucky to be in the city to share it, because other cities just don't have it.
Love San Diego.
I love San Diego. That's why I came back. That's why I love that I'm from here. It's just I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave here. It's a fantastic place. But
indeed,
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cocktails with the homies.